Oh, Andy, this is big. This is really big.
TV Crazy Man here, real-life flesh and blood TV fan. Here looking deep into the mysteries of the Andy Griffith Show. Just who was this man who appeared miscellaneously without warning on 26 episodes and a couple of Gomer Pyle shows? How many people even noticed he was there?
Our staff artist will recreate his face, and we'll know exactly who we're after.
And then what about all those people we famously heard about that we never saw? In our first mystery, what about Andy's mysterious deceased wife? She was never shown in a flashback, and the show never mentions what happened to Opie's mother.
When you was just a little bitty speck of a baby. When I lost your ma.
In the backdoor pilot episode on the Danny Thomas episode Danny Meets Andy Griffith, Andy tells Opie that he was just a speck of a boy when his mom died, but that's about all the information we get, other than the fact that she was loved by Andy. Her name is never given, her picture is never shown in Andy's house nor anywhere else, and her grave is never shown. What could have happened to her?
You didn't get a new ma.
No, I didn't.
Now, in the real world, the show's creators and Andy himself wanted to keep the spotlight on the father-son relationship between Andy and Opie. According to a recent MeTV.com article, in an interview with Andy back in 1964 with the Winston-Salem Journal, Andy said her wife would be cumbersome to the series. He said scripts are a television series' biggest problem, and they're even harder to create for a weekly husband and wife duo. Andy was quoted as saying, "If I had a wife, that would change everything. I'd have to be at the house a lot. Besides, there are other people who can do that kind of comedy better than I could on television." Was he right? Would a wife have ruined the show, or would it have made it even better?
Bang, bang! I got it.
Eventually, Andy would settle down with one steady girl, Helen Crump, whom he would marry in the first episode of the spin-off series Mayberry RFD in 1968.
Henrietta Perkins, how in the world are you?
As Andy might say, backing up just a mite, back to the Danny Thomas pilot episode,
Henrietta, you know this is the...
You might wonder, why does Andy keep calling Aunt B Henrietta? You see, Frances Bavier hadn't become Aunt B just yet.
Andy, please, you've just got to do something. Hello, Mr. Schwamp.
Mr. Schwamp? Andy?
Well, didn't anybody try to stop him?
Mr. Schwamp.
One of the biggest mysteries of the show is the man named Mr. Schwamp, who would appear in 26 random episodes. He was a middle-aged man with dark hair that may have been wearing a toupee. He was usually found sitting on a park bench or in crowd scenes. Andy or Barney would acknowledge him with, "Hello, Mr. Schwamp," at which point he nodded and smiled, but he never spoke, just grinned happily, or was it a sinister smile? Depends on your point of view, I guess. He also appeared in 2 episodes of the spin-off Gomer Pyle USMC. To this very day, nobody knows who played Mr. Schwamp, although it's a hotly debated topic among fans. Was the actor who played Schwamp a friend of Andy's in real life, or maybe someone else that worked on the show? Or just an extra that nobody thought had a big enough role to get credit, or maybe something else entirely? Was he ever really there to begin with? The only thing certain is that nobody can figure out who he was. One thing I do wonder is, why didn't anybody think to ask the original actors who this guy was before they all passed away? Of course, there's still Ron Howard. I wonder if he knows the answer. Also, isn't it weird that he sort of looks like an older Jerry Matters from Leave It to Beaver? He could be his dad, or dare I say it, Matters may have been time traveling. Of course, there's always the rock that Mr. Schwamp touched. DNA, maybe, fingerprints, something.
How many of you people have handled this rock? Ramona, Mr. Schwamp.
And then there's Sarah, the telephone operator, who seemed to always be on duty.
Sarah, any calls?
We never saw or heard her, but she was apparently nosy and would eavesdrop on phone conversations.
Sarah, get me the Bluebird Diner.
It's too bad we'll never know what she looked like. And then there's Barney's other girlfriend, you know, the one besides Thelma Lou, Juanita.
Juanita? Barn.
We never see Juanita or hear her voice.
Juanita. Lovely, dear Juanita.
Just like Sarah, both women were basically left up to the viewer's imagination. About all we do know was that Juanita worked at the Bluebird Diner and is mentioned at least 11 times or so in the first 5 seasons.
Well, Juanita? Barn. Listen, about tomorrow night, I'm afraid you're going to have to give me a little rain check on that.
According to SouthernLiving.com, in the opening credits, Opie picks up a rock and throws it into the lake. He wasn't really big enough to throw it very far, so a prop man hid behind a bush and tossed a rock on cue for him. And now you know the rest of the story. The character of Andy Taylor mysteriously changes drastically from roughly the first few episodes into the rest of the series, and this was due to Andy wanting to allow Don Knotts to get most of the jokes, while Andy played the straight man, as he thought that would work the best for the show going forward.
Why, that'd be like putting a pig in a sty and taking away the mud. I never did think my own cousin could make such a fine deputy.
Andy continued to be a friendly and folksy character who acted calm inside the storm of the wackiness going all around him. But by the time Barney Fife left Mayberry in the color episodes, Andy became super serious and authoritarian, a lot like his girlfriend, Helen Crump. Oftentimes he's seen exploding with anger at whatever situation is going on rather than being the always calm and sensible person. Andy's southern accent dwindles along with his increasing anger as well. I don't know if Andy went to a speech class or Helen kept fussing at him until he lost all of his country demeanor. Perhaps Andy was cranky because he quit smoking, or he wanted to fit in with his sophisticated Hollywood friends in real life. Whatever the case may be, I think that most people prefer the laid-back Andy from the black and white episodes. And in fact, I personally enjoyed the first few episodes the best, where Andy is all-out countrified. And what's your opinion? Do you like fun-loving Andy or super serious Andy? Despite his character's later seriousness, though, according to Don Knotts, Andy was a prankster on set. And Ron Howard, in an interview, said Andy made the set a joy to work on because Andy loved practical jokes and laughter. He also liked musical jam sessions. On the episode A Black Day from Mayberry, 2 treasure agents come into the courthouse. They take off their hats while they're waiting for Andy. One of them is played by Rance Howard, Ron Howard's dad in real life. Now watch what happens when Opie walks into the courthouse.
Where's Paul?
Now this clip was actually on my last Andy Griffith Goose video, but recently I read in Ron Howard's book The Boys that the reason his dad mysteriously took over for the other actor is that the man actually had a nervous breakdown before the scene could be finished. Well, that's about it for today. I hope y'all enjoyed this journey into the mystery of the Andy Griffith Show. If you like this video, you'll love my Goose video on this series. And if you like mysteries in general and amazing facts, you might like to subscribe to my new channel too. It's called Beyond the Unexpected Mysteries. It's a work in progress, but I'm getting there. My new channel is about amazing stories from the Bible, the world of science, mysteries, and just whatever cool stuff I can find that you don't see every day in the world. Like the story of Balaam and his talking donkey, or how Lucille Ball's dental work picked up a spy radio signal. Thanks, y'all have a great day.